So we live in a universe in which the sun is much smaller than 1/1,000,000th of a grain of sand compared to the size of the universe. If you can imagine that. And compared to the sun, our earth is 1.3 million times smaller. In other words, we can put 1.3 million earths into the sun. And on that earth, we humans are much smaller, relatively speaking, and our brain is trying to understand the whole universe. And we tend to believe we can actually conquer the universe eventually. One day we will be traveling to many stars, and there's planets in the stars, and so on and so forth. Yes, we will, but will we be able to conquer the universe? Just the proportion of the size itself seemed to suggest that it might be somewhat difficult. So what have you learned so far about the universe? The astrophysicists claim that we know about 20% of the matter in the universe. They can explain about 20% of the matter in the universe. And what about the 70 to 80% of the rest of the universe then? It's called dark energy or dark matter. We don't know what that is, and we have named it dark matter. There are experiments currently taking place to understand the dark matter, which eventually we will. But before we get there, to accept the claim that we know 20% of the universe, I need to know what the denominator is. When we say 20% of a certain thing, we need to know what that 100% is. So 20% of the Indian population is Muslims. So we know the whole population is about 1.4 billion, and about 300 odd are Muslims, and so you put 300 over 1400 or a little bit over that, and that comes out to about anywhere between 15 and 20%. We know the denominator, therefore we know the numerator exactly. We know the denominator and we know the numerator, and therefore we know the percentage exactly. But we say we know 20 to 30% of the universe. But what is 100% of the universe? Do we know what 100% is? Is it only the observable universe? Anyway, there are questions need to be there. There are answers. We might be able to find that. But today, Krishna, in 4 verses, basically says everything in the universe is me. When he says that, he lists a lot of things that surprises you when you start thinking about the amount of science that is being claimed there. So let me go through the list. I am the minerals in the water. Water has minerals was known. I am the radiance of the sun. I am its reflection on the moon. So the moonlight was known to be from the reflection of the sun. So there is that understanding of planets and satellites, eclipses, all of that. I am the Om in the Vedas. I am the sound of the universe and skills in all humans. Sound of the universe. How did someone 2,500, 3,000 years ago know that the universe has a sound? Only in the 60s, the modern scientists established that. So how did they know that there was a sound? Fascinating. Okay, in the next verse, I am the fragrance on earth. I am the sparkle in the fire. Life in every living thing. And the restraint that the sages have, the discipline, the control the sages have, is Krishna, is the creator. I am the origin of every creation. I am the knowledge in the erudite and the strength in the warriors. I am the power behind the control of those who renounce. And I am also the force behind all righteous procreation and all procreation. He is in everything, good or bad. So that's the list given to us in the next 4 verses in chapter 7, 7 to 11, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the science there is about the sound of the universe, the understanding of the planetary system, long before others suggested how the planets move around, orbit the sun. They knew about the movements too, how the planets rotated on their axes, and with respect to our position in the universe, in the solar system, how other planets could go back and forth. They don't have to go in one direction, retrograde motion, because of the differences in the positioning and the speed. Incredible science.